Hello Flosstube, my name's Natalia and this is my channel, OfficialMermaidsCove. Welcome back to all my returning subscribers, and if you're new and happen to stumble across this, hopefully you like cross stitch. That's mainly what I cover on here, and maybe a few other crafty things. Today I'm going to be going over what I've been stitching on for the past week. This is, I guess, my first weekly update for March, even though we're like into the second. Well, I guess we started the third week of March. So I'll start with what I've been stitching on since my last update video. I'll go through some haul. I'll show my stitch numbers. I'll talk about some stitching plans and maybe do a couple shoutouts. So if you've seen my last video that I just posted, you'll have noticed that I finished stitching and fully finished my Cardinal Biscornu by the Tiny Modernist. And this is how it turned out. It's so pretty. I put beads when I whip stitch the edges, so it's nice and sparkly. And then I put a nice little red button that matched the red of the threads. It looks so cushy. Makes a perfect pin cushion. I'm very happy with it. I had stitched this on 16 count Grace Notes fabric and the colorway Mary. And I think all those reds really pop nicely on that brown fabric. So if you're interested in how I finished this, you can check out the Flosstube extra that I posted earlier on my channel. And maybe get inspired to make a Biscornu of your own. I really like these finishes because it's a way to make a pillow finish without having to do machine sewing. So you don't need a sewing machine to do it. If you know the basic skills of doing cross stitching and know how to do backstitch, you can basically do this. But yes, so I'm happy to have this done. The other thing that I stitched on briefly, I have to get the pattern from here. Yeah, this is the Forbidden Fiber Co pattern that I started last year. It's called Unfortunate Souls. It's alluding to Little Mermaid. I bought like the kit with the bag, and I'm stitching it on the called for fabric. This is on a, I think this is a 16 count fabric, Ada fabric, and the colorway Love Potion, dyed by Forbidden Fiber Co. And this is all I have stitched up so far. I'm stitching it with the call for threads, also dyed by Forbidden Fiber Co. And I think this has enough to do it twice because of the size. So I don't know if I'll stitch it twice, or when I'm done, I might use it as a giveaway. We'll see. But so far, so good. I really like how it's stitching up. It's very meditative stitching. It only has 5 colors, so not super complicated. It's an easy thing to take with me to work to stitch on my lunch break. So I am enjoying stitching that. And those are the only things that I've stitched on so far. I think I was gonna try to pull out my Persephone, since I think we're gonna, isn't the first day of spring like towards the end of this week? So yes, that's all I have worked on. I was putting all my efforts into finishing this and then fully finishing it. So that took up most of the stitching time that I had last week. So I can show you some haul. I've only stopped by the one local crafts thrift store that I have near me, but I did pick up some things. They had somebody donate some cross stitch supplies, so I picked up a pretty piece of linen. It's not labeled, but this looks like it could be 28 count. I have a lot of fabric in my stash, but I don't have as much linen, and I like stitching on linen for like fancy ladies or some other smalls. I like stitching 2/2. And then they had another piece of linen that's like this oatmeal-y brown color. The other one was like an ivory color, and they both look to be about the same count. but I haven't counted it yet. I'm pretty sure it could be 28 count. It doesn't look like it's 36, but I could be wrong about that. I haven't measured it. It wasn't labeled, so I'll have to take the time to measure it out later. And I might stitch on it as is, or I might end up dyeing it, which, if you have followed my channel for any length of time, you know I like to do. I am planning on doing, well, we'll talk about that in advance. I bought some other things as well. They had this bag on sale. Sorry, I just had something else in my hands not a second ago. If I don't find it, I might have to show you in another video, but let's go with this. So they kind of put all my stuff in the bag. The lady was nice enough to set aside some of the acrylic that was donated. I got some in this bright green. I got a silver. I guess these are all brand new spools too. I got a red and a blue. I still got some Bulgur blending filament in the colorway Confetti Blue. It's really pretty. It's like blue thread, but it's got like sparks. It looks like a firework. It's got like sparks of gold and pink and blue and purple, maybe, or maybe it's just the pink and gold interwoven with the blue. That looks pretty. And this is the last metallic. It's an anchor metallic thread, a gold color. So you know I use plenty of metallics for my fancy ladies. So I'll be happy to swap those out. And the bag has two zippers. One of them is like this. It has like two pockets here in the back. I'm just gonna stuff everything in here so I don't lose it, and I can put it away later. And then I got lots of different colors of floss. I would buy Joann's. I know they're having their closing out sales, but they have like 20% to 40% sales, and I cannot beat the price that I get DMC for at this store because they sell each of their bobbins for 10 cents. So that is better than buying 66-cent DMC at 20% off. So I grabbed a bunch of different colors. I'm not gonna go through it all, but it was like 65 different DMC colors that was donated. And I think that was it. Oh, there's one more thing. So I saw this. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with it. Somebody had sewn this together. It has like a little Velcro patch. And then when you open it up, it folds out to this. It says made especially for you by Doris. So I'm guessing Doris sewed this up. But these are, it's very interesting because of the shape, right? Like you could put scissors in here and then close it up and have your little scissor collection. You could put needles in here. You can store your pins in here. I'm thinking what I might do, because there's like different sections, is I might try using this to store the threads for some of my projects. Because, and I can, I guess, pull this out. Yeah, I covered some of my spring starts in my last update video. And like this only has so many colors, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 colors. But I could just thread a needle in each of the colors and just leave them out in this, and then put the thread behind here so that I can keep track. So I don't know if that's how I want to use this, because I feel like it's not necessarily going to work out for like storing needles and stuff, because I have like tins and stuff already for that. I mean, I could stick a tin behind here. So I don't know. I haven't decided how I'm going to use this yet, but I thought it was cute and I thought I'd try it out. It seems like pretty simple sewing design. This is just straight stitched onto, it's like a piece of cotton batting. And this is like stitched as a flower, a little tab to put the Velcro on. So yep, seems really interesting. So I picked that up as well. So that is it for my haul this past week. I can show you my numbers. So as you can see, I spent most of the week stitching on my Cardinal Biscornu. There were still days where I didn't get to do stitching. I had family visiting last week. So still better than the week before where I got no stitching done. I got to stitch on my Biscornu the first day of the month and then zeros all the next week. But that was because of work. This one, family was visiting and work was also a little busy. And then I had to pull out a new washi tape for my Unfortunate Souls. It's the first time I'm stitched on it this year. And this one reminded me of like sea waves and seaweed, so I figured it'd be a good washi tape for this. And I think I'm going to make that my work project from now on. We'll see. I might incorporate it because the first day of spring is Thursday. So let's see if I have... So for this past week, I think my weekly stitch count got up to 1,261 stitches. So I can write that in over here. So I might pull out Persephone to do some of that. That one I'm currently working on the black, and I'll be doing 2 over 1/10 stitch on 28 count. So maybe I can get a few hundred stitches in that before I go to bed. So get some more stitching in for today. We'll see. As far as plans go, so I might stitch on Persephone some more since spring is going to be officially starting. I do want to get a start on my Sweet Wing Studio Spring Doxology. I have all the threads there. I might go ahead and get them out and put them on floss cards. I've been getting some ready, so I can go ahead and just tape the colorways on there. And I already have something I can put them on that my friend sent me, so that'll be cute. So I'll probably do that today, maybe see if I can start stitching on that tomorrow before the official first day of spring. Or what do you think? Do you think I should hold off until the first day of spring and then start it then? Look at those cute birdies and buddies. So excited. So that's something to look forward to. I also have this. More chocolate bunnies. They have all the Easter candy out, so I'm definitely thinking about all the candy. And all have a pretty big sweet tooth. And I am planning on doing a dyeing video. I have my new tripod, so I can try showing you how I dye the fabric for Mercy and Grace. It's just a white linen or an ivory linen, and I want to dye it like a light purple, like it shows in the mock-up. So wish me luck with that, and then I'll take you along for the ride, hopefully, and you'll get to see. I'm probably just going to dye the one piece of fabric, since I just have it for that project of mine. But we'll see how we get along with that later. I think that's it. It's a shorter video for this past week. Really focused on getting some finishes in. I still have some other 3D cross stitch that I want to do. I have some projects in the works that I might try to make into scissor rolls. So wish me luck on that. I have a couple of shoutouts. I want to shout out Susan at Sweet Wing Studio. She has a lot of cute patterns, and I know she had some nice releases for Nashville. So definitely I'm doing a Sweet Wing Studio spring sale. So feel free to go over to her. She has an Etsy store. And I think she also has a Patreon. So if you're interested in joining on that. I also want to shout out Lenny Stitches. I'm going to be participating in the Nash Dash Startathon. I believe that's next weekend. But if you haven't grabbed your ticket for that, definitely go check that out. I don't think they're going to have shops, but they're still going to have the speed dating and the stitchy rooms, and maybe some people going into other rooms, you know, designers and stuff. So that'll be fun. And if you're planning on attending, leave me a comment down below. I'd love to get into a room and get to chat with more stitchers. And last but not least, I got invited to join the Lurkers on their Lurkers Zoom. And Pam mentioned and recommended a Flosstube channel, Oh Stitch Happens. I watched one of the first videos, or one of the more recent videos this past week. It is so funny. I felt bad because it mentioned that he had to like record the video a few times, but awesome personality, beautiful stitching. So I'm going to tag them in my description, and please feel free to go over there and show them some love and subscribe, because it's definitely worth watching them, and I thank Pam for that recommendation. Oh, I also wanted to shout out Mega Stitches. She was so nice enough to shout me out on her Instagram, and I realized that I'm like this close to getting 1,000 subscribers on Instagram. So if you're interested in what I have to show here, I show more regular updates on my Instagram, and you'll see a lot more of like projects I've worked on in the past, and you'll get to see more of my stitching on there if you want to see more recent semi-daily updates. So go ahead and check out my Instagram. And thank you so much, Mega Stitches. I'll tag her in my description as well. She is a lovely person, and she has a wonderful channel, and she talks about so many different topics. She has tutorials about how she does things. She does, I think she streams on Twitch. I haven't tried that out. I don't know if I want to dive into that, considering that how I'm just kind of getting the handle on Flosstube. But she does all the things, and she recently got married, so sent her congratulations, and feel free to hop over to her channel and send her some lovely comments and give her some kindness. She's a wonderful, beautiful person. And I think that's it. That's everything I had to show you for this week. Hopefully you'll see some more finishes along with some of my newer starts. I seem to be doing a lot of seasonal stitching this year, but I am getting some finishes in, so it's not hampering me too much. And then, oh, I forgot. So the pattern that I mentioned that I was going to buy from Unconventional X Stitch, I did buy it, and my giveaway winner did receive their pattern. So yay, successful. So now I know that there's another option for giveaways in the future, and it's fairly simple and straightforward. So definitely will look into doing that more. Especially if I want to do like international giveaways, where I don't have to worry about postage as much. So yeah, that went great. And now I'll have to figure out when I want to start the other one. I already have so many full coverage on the go. We'll see. I might make a deal with myself if I get enough percentage progress on the other ones. Okay, well, that's it. I managed to stretch this out a few more minutes, but that's all I have for you today. Until next time, happy stitching. Bye.